Hello and welcome back to In the Kitchen with Matt. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Today, I'm going to show you how to make white bread. This classic white bread recipe is so yummy. It's really easy to do also. It's my favorite white bread recipe. Oh, I just love it. You got to try it yourself. Let's get started. First, we want to proof our yeast. I have 1 cup of water here, and I'm going to heat this up in the microwave for about 40 seconds. I want the temp to be between 105 and 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, once our water is heated up, I'm going to take some of my sugar. I have 1/3 cup of sugar, and I'm just going to add, about a teaspoon of it. And then I'm going to take 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast, which equals about 1 packet. Put that in there. And I'm going to just take a fork and just mix this around a little bit. And then we just let this set for about 5 to 10 minutes until it gets nice and foamy. If the yeast does not get foamy after 10 minutes, the yeast is bad or the water was too hot, so you want to start again. As you can see, our yeast is nice and foamy. On to the next step. So I got a large bowl here. I'm going to take our yeast and water, put it right in there. And now I have 2 tablespoons or 1/8 cup of canola oil. You can use vegetable oil also. The rest of my 1/3 cup of sugar. If you don't like your bread as sweet, you can cut the sugar back to 1/4 cup. Take a wooden spoon, we're going to mix this around a little bit. Now I have 3 cups of bread flour here. You can use all-purpose flour, but the bread will come out a little more dense. It'll still taste amazing. So I do recommend using bread flour if you have it. If not, you can use all-purpose flour. And I'm going to add just shy of 1 teaspoon, so 3/4 teaspoon of salt. We'll give that a good whisk. And now we're going to add this flour a little bit at a time. About 1/3 of it. And then with our wooden spoon, let's mix it all in. All right, add some more. About another 1/3. We'll add a little bit more and then leave about 1/4 cup of it left. And we're going to pour this out on the table there. And then it's going to come together like this. And now we want to take this and pour it out on our table. Get some flour. Make sure the surface is nice and floured. And then we want to start to knead. And we're going to knead the dough together until it gets nice and smooth for 8 minutes. I'm going to set the timer. And so what you do is you just take your dough, you're going to fold it over and push, turn it, 1/4 turn, fold, push. And just keep flouring the surface as necessary. Okay, and then when you're done, just flip it over and just kind of go in with your hands like this and shape it into a ball. Kind of smooth, and when you push on it, it'll pop back up like that. All right, and you notice I didn't use all of my flour. So you don't want to add your flour all at once. You need to, sometimes you'll have this much left, sometimes you'll have a little bit less or a little bit more, but you definitely don't want to add it all at once. So if you're using a stand mixer, don't just throw it all in there. Make sure you add a little bit at a time like I did. Now I took a large bowl here and I put just about a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of oil on the bottom. And then just come in here with your fingers. Okay, take our dough, drop it in there, and then just make sure it gets coated with the oil. Then take a damp cloth and lay it over. And we're going to go ahead and let this rise for about 1 hour to 2 hours until it gets doubled in size. The time will depend on how warm your house is. Try to put it in a warm place. All right, it's been a couple hours. I'm going to take off this. Wow, look at that. Look how beautifully that dough rose. All right, now I'm going to just take the dough out, put it on the tabletop there, and then we're just going to knead it a little bit. And then what we want to do is we want to kind of just roll it and kind of stretch it a little bit. Oh, about like that. So we shaped it pretty much into a loaf. You take a large 9 by 5 inch bread pan, take our dough and put it right in there. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cover this up again with our towel. And then we'll go ahead and let this rise again for another hour to an hour and a half. It could be a little bit less. We just want the top to get above our pan. All right, time to take a look at our bread. Wow, look at that. Awesome. All right, so it rose great. It's about 1.5 inches above our pan here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put this in the oven, a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we are gonna bake it for 30 minutes. Check it after 25 minutes, and if it's getting too brown on the top, just put some foil on the top to protect it, all right? In the oven, 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. All right, I just took the white bread out of the oven and it turned out amazing. It looks fantastic. Smells really good. Awesome. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let this set and cool for about 5 minutes. And then what I will do is I will go ahead and take it out of the pan and transfer it to a wire rack and let it cool completely before cutting into it. Now I'm gonna cut into this and show you what it looks like. It's really soft and actually light for how big it is, which is really cool. I'm gonna go in here, cut off a nice slice. Wow, look at that. It's so nice and soft and fluffy. Amazing. Get a shot of that in the light. All right, our classic white bread is done. Oh yeah, smells amazing, looks amazing, turned out fantastic. It was really easy to do. If I can do it, you can do it. Go out there and make your own. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have any questions or comments, put them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs up, down in the corner, push it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Take care. Time for me to eat this slice. Oh yeah. Mmm.